I'm Helen. I'm Marketing Manager at Select Appointments. Today, this is our 5th SelectBox or 6th SelectBox. And this week I'm joined by one of our own, Caroline, who owns and runs Select Appointments St Albans. Hi Caroline, how are you?
Hi, I'm good, thanks. How are you, Helen?
Yeah, good, thank you. So we thought we'd talk a little bit about the recruitment market and your journey in recruitment, and see where we go. So you've been a franchisee of Select Appointments for 6 years now?
Yes, yes, next month, 6 years.
Yeah, oh wow. And what made you take the leap originally, sort of 6 years ago?
Yes, it feels like only yesterday sometimes, but I worked in client services in a sort of marketing agencies for many years, and got to that point where I thought, you know, what's the next 10 years going to look like? What do I want? What do I want to be doing? And came to that sort of realization that it probably wasn't going to be marketing services. So did that sort of soul searching and thought, well, you know, what else could I do? What are my transferable skills? The sorts of things we often ask people in interviewing anyway. And my very first job was in recruitment in St Albans at a local agency. And I just thought, you know what, I really loved it. But more than just that, it was you know, being with people, speaking to MDs one day and, you know, people looking for their first job the next. And I thought, you know what, let's have a little bit more of a look into that, which led me to contact Select. Because I think for me to start completely on my own was probably a big ask, and having the franchise, the well-known name, the backing of someone like Select, who's very well known and has that brilliant reputation, has really counted for a lot. So yeah, it was a very good decision. I'm glad I made it.
Oh good, I'm glad. I'm glad you're glad you made it.
Me
too. So many sort of recruitment industries and markets have kind of done a 360. So they've gone from candidate-led to client-led over the course of the last couple of months. So how has that changed how you're working, and how are your team adapting to all the new ways of working because of COVID?
I mean, it's been a really interesting time, I think, for everybody. I suppose for us, ultimately, your clients and candidates, we treat them all the same. You know, everyone's a client. So the fact that now, you know, candidates, you know, aren't necessarily, you know, as in demand as they have been, or there's so many of them. But for us, it's about the relationships that we have. So from a client perspective, a lot of our business is repeat business. So we've got really strong relationships. And I think that's really helped, because during this time, we've been able to reach out, you know, offer advice, speak to our clients, you know, just a really sort of genuine level to say, look, how can we help? And we've been looking at much more flexible recruitment solutions. So where before, you know, it would be always, look, you know, if you need somebody in your business, it's got to be permanent and full time. Now there's always been those options, but, you know, people to be consultative, which is what we always want to be, and just really help them make those right decisions that are going to be right for their business at the moment. And I think it's the same with candidates as well, because candidates, you know, they're still just as important. There's a lot of candidates, you know, who have been made redundant, who do need help, who are looking for roles, and coming to a recruiter just means that they've got that, again, that, you know, added value to help them find what's going to be right. So I would say we haven't shifted dramatically in what we do, because, you know, it's all about quality, value, service, whatever the market's doing. Yeah. But I would say we've just you know, tried to think more flexibly. We've got new video tech that we're using, which has been great, and just, you know, those sort of tweaks and refinements, and just sharing a lot more.
Yeah, and I suppose everyone's they're all going through an unprecedented time at the moment, so it's just being as flexible as we can be with everyone, both clients and candidates, as you say.
Yes, I know. I think, you know, it was a very different picture to now, and we were also on that journey together too. So, you know, I always say if it wasn't really in terms of how the market has changed, moved, who's doing well, you know, who's having to really sort of be inventive. So I think it's just about having that communication, being a bit more inventive, but still believing in what we do and what we can deliver.
Yeah, brilliant. So this month you've had some really exciting news. You've been nominated by somebody for an award, the Community Business Awards that are run by the St Albans Chamber, haven't you? How did that come about?
Yes, yes. Well, it's quite interesting, really, because I received an email, gosh, must be probably about 4-6 weeks ago, to say I'd been nominated. I still don't know who nominated me, so thank you very much, whoever you are.
Wow.
So it's you can nominate yourself, but it's something which is run every year by the St Albans Chamber. And yeah, I got an email saying I'm selected as a finalist, which was fantastic, you know. And so what happened next was they, rather than, you know, I've done awards before where you have to submit, you know, lots of documents, lots of collateral, lots of, you know, examples. This is different, where I had a video interview with the judges, and I was able to some documents to sort of, you know, to share with them, which I did. And then we had a really good conversation around, you know, all sorts of different things to do with the business, to do with my team, to do with code, which was really enjoyable. And I think what I also got out of that was the fact it made me, you know, step back and take a look at the business and what we have been doing and what's working. So I always think that's, from awards, that's a really good exercise to do, whatever the outcome. But yeah, I'm really delighted to be in the finals.
Oh, amazing. And to not know who's nominated you either, that's really quite touching, I suppose. Someone
I'll have to find out, maybe after the awards. The awards are next Wednesday evening. We're doing it all on Zoom, so be a bit different, but it'll be fun. You know, it's about that sense of community as well. You know, I know a lot of the people who'll be there, and you know, I know others who are up for other awards. So it'll be a really nice sense of coming together and just sort of sharing everyone's success.
Oh, brilliant! That sounds really good.
Yeah.
Obviously, we will keep everyone updated with how you get on.
Sure.
And so to just sort of wrap up, so there's a lot of people out there at the moment looking for jobs, potentially more people when the furlough scheme's over. What sort of one piece of advice would you give to those candidates who perhaps are struggling to find a job?
Look, there's so much advice out there, and to pick on just one thing is probably quite hard, but I would say think about what you can bring to a business. Think about your achievements, because you have got to stand out right now. So it doesn't matter whether, you know, it's something that seems quite small. Every single person in a business is important. So think about what you can bring, how you communicate that. It's either pick up the phone and have a chat, work with a recruiter, you know, maybe just have a little go at changing your CV, but just, you know, there's a number of ways that you can do that, and you know, there's lots of advice and help out there, so good luck.
Oh, brilliant, brilliant. Thank you. And thank you so much for talking to us today and taking part in the SelectBox. We wish you all the best with your award nomination, and thank you very much.
Oh, thanks, Helen, really good to catch up.
Yeah, it was.